Boris, what's that clipboard for?
This is an inspection form for our upcoming track event that we're going to be doing at Ozarks International with Chin, trackdays.com. And I'm just getting started. The most important thing, and I like the way the form's laid out, is the braking system. And one of the things that's essential is that we have fresh brake fluid in our system. And so I just set out 3 different brands of brake fluid. This is Castrol SRF synthetic, which is what I usually use in race cars, or that Motul 650. But for street cars like yours, I think that just the regular BMW fluid, which has the same specification as this OT 200, and of course OT's a little cheaper. It's the same stuff. You can tell the cans are even just about identical. So we're going to go with OT 200 in your car. This is a brake bleeder, which speeds up the process. It pushes the old fluid out. This is the old Bavarian Autosport model. I think it was like $29.99 about a decade ago. Very efficient and easy to use. You know, it just basically pushes the fluid through here, out through the bleeders, and at the same time it sucks in the new fluid. So it makes the process very, very clean and efficient. And I usually use these bottles to catch the old fluid, especially at the track, because you don't want to get it on the pavement. Or I just put these pans underneath the bleeders to catch it. So I'm just getting ready to do the brake fluid change.
Okay, what's next on the list after the brake fluid change?
Well, the braking system, the key word there is system. So I'm going to inspect the cooling ducts, make sure we get, we don't have any obstruction in the cooling ducts, and we get good airflow from this high pressure zone on the bumper, which cools our brakes. We're going to pull the wheel off here, take a look at the rotors, measure the thickness, look at the condition of the rotors, look at the brake pads, again, measure the condition, inspect the calipers for leaks, make sure that the cylinders are not leaking. And that's all, something that's easy to do once the wheels are off while I'm changing the brake fluid. And while the brake fluid change is underway, I'm also going to drain the engine oil and replace the engine oil filter with the Smalley OEM style high quality filter. It's important to use good fluids, either BMW brake fluids designed for the car, or something like this Liqui Moly brand made in Germany, which has the same specifications. I usually use engine flush to make sure we get all the debris out of the engine, and then this friction modifier Ceratec. This is enough for 2 cars.
Yeah, and that's really good, especially for E46 M3 with rod bearings, because those, the earlier ones, there are some issues and there's a recall, but people tend to get those replaced around 150 to 180,000 miles. So this kind of makes it last a bit longer.
I think it's, it's good for every engine and even the transmission, because if you can reduce the friction, you also reduce the wear, the parasitic losses, which improves performance. So, you need to put it in there about every, I think it's 30,000 miles. So if you look at it, it's very cost effective. Exactly. And you just add it just like you would regular engine oil, so very easy to put in there.
Any other items on that checklist that you'll be going through that stick out?
Well, then we have the driver safety section, which, is we always talk about safety at Track Tested Motorsports. So we're going to inspect the condition of the safety belts. If it was one of the race cars, I'd take a really close look at the harnesses. You have those Scrot connectors for that 4-point harness. So, I usually look at the mounts, make sure everything's tight. Again, if it's a race car, they get so much emphasis at track events, especially with somebody like NASA, National Autosport Association. Want to make sure that the safety wire is there. So the checklist is nice because you can just follow along and then check off the items as you go.
All right, excellent. Well, I'll leave you to it, Boris, and we'll see you later.
Thank you for watching.